Hello, this is Jim Norton, Senior Technology Consultant with Dean Dorton's technology team. I'm here to show you a demo of the Vendor Maker application using a double approval workflow. We have an earlier video showing the single approval workflow and another video showing how to set up the different approval workflows inside the system. So make sure to watch those before you watch the double approval workflow video. To create a double approval workflow, I'll log in as a user who has permissions to submit, and I will go over to my Vendor Maker application. And if I wanted to create a new vendor to be submitted into a double approval workflow, I simply hit the plus, and I can enter in some information here. So I'm just going to enter a few pieces of information. I can choose a designated approver option. So in this case, I have a double approval workflow that I want to submit this into, so I'm going to choose that. And I'm going to put in some more information here. As I've mentioned in some of the other videos, this is fully integrated with all of the fields inside the vendor object in accounts payable. So you'll see the same kinds of selections that you're used to seeing in the vendor screen for accounts payable. That is intentional to help you feel more comfortable with the transition if you're transitioning from entering your vendors in AP to using this application for approval workflow purposes. So I'm just filling out some of the fields to give some more information to this vendor record, make it feel a little bit more real life. I can restrict to locations or departments if I choose. For now, I'm going to leave that alone. And I'm going to hit save. As the submitter, you can now see the status of this vendor is submitted. And I have the option here to send a vendor approval email to alternate approver 1 if my current approver is not available. However, I, as the current approver, am available, so I'm just going to tab over to my next Intacct instance, go to Vendors Info, and I see here on this vendor record, I have the option to either approve or send an approval email to my alternate or pitch it to them because I'm too busy to deal with this at the moment. Assuming I, as the approver, have time, I can go in here, review the vendor record, look at the different pieces of information that have been inputted, look at an audit trail of what has happened so far. And if I'm satisfied with this, then I'm going to click approve. If I have any comments, I can enter them, and then I can hit yes. And now I've approved the vendor as the first approver. That has not created a vendor record yet, because I have a double approval workflow. So notice my workflow status here is approved by first approver. There's actually an additional approval that needs to happen. And as the second approver, much like the first approver did, I will receive an email that looks like this, letting me know that I have something to approve. As the second approver, I can go to the Vendor Maker application and I can do the same review. So I can either say, yes, I'm ready to approve this, or no, I don't have time and I'm going to send the approval to my alternate to handle. Assuming I have time, I'm going to go in and do the same click through, make sure everything's okay. And then when I'm satisfied, I will say approve, second approval, and hit yes. The approval's done, and now you will notice if I go to related records, I have a related vendor record from accounts payable and purchasing. So as soon as I, as the second approver, clicked approve, a record was created inside accounts payable/purchasing. And if I click this link here, it will take me to look at that record where we can see all the information that I had input has synced over seamlessly. And that is the process of creating a vendor with a double approval workflow.